So, what if the key to unlocking your team's absolute best work wasn't about pushing them harder, but about, well, completely changing how you lead? Today, we're diving into the Leader as Coach framework from Legend Coaching. It's a really powerful shift in thinking, one that's designed to release the incredible potential that's already sitting right there in your team. I mean, have you ever felt that? It's a feeling so many leaders know. You look at your team, you see all this talent, and you just know they're capable of so much more. But it's like there's this invisible wall, right? Something's holding them back from reaching that next level of excellence. So the big question is, how do we break through that barrier? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk through the roadmap laid out by Paula from Legend Coaching. We'll look at untapped potential, a new performance equation, the 4 core mindsets, your coaching playbook, how to lead below the surface, and finally, what it means to become the wind for your team. All right, so first things first. This whole journey, it really starts with a huge shift in perspective. It's all about moving from being just a manager of tasks to becoming a true coach of people. Think about it, moving from just directing to actively developing. And here's the absolute core idea, the big aha moment. Exceptional performance isn't something you have to build from the ground up. Nope. It's already in your team right now. It's just tangled up, blocked by what we call interference. So your most important job as a leader, it's to become an expert at clearing that path. Okay, let's really get into this, because at the heart of the whole leader as coach model, there's this simple but honestly profound equation. And I mean it. It will completely change how you look at performance forever. Ready for it? Here it is. Performance equals potential minus interference. Just let that sink in. This one little formula completely flips a leader's job on its head. Instead of always trying to cram in more potential, your main focus becomes subtracting the interference. It's a game of removal, not addition, and that's a game changer. The traditional way of thinking is all about pushing, right? More training, more pep talks, more pressure. But Paula's coaching approach, it's totally different. It's about finding and getting rid of the stuff that's slowing people down. The friction. We're talking about things like fuzzy goals, pointless meetings, maybe some tension in the team. And clearing that stuff away is often the fastest, most powerful way to see a huge leap in performance. So the question is, how do you actually get good at spotting and removing all that interference? Well, it's not just about a list of things to do. It's about how you think. It really requires a kind of upgrade to your internal operating system. We're talking about the core mindsets you bring to the table every single day. So Legend Coaching has identified these 4 essential mindsets. First, a holistic mindset, so you can see the bigger picture. Then a forward-looking mindset to focus on what's possible, not just what went wrong. Third is a transformative mindset, which is all about embracing change. And finally, and this one's huge, a people-focused mindset. When you put these 4 together, well, that's the foundation you need for truly effective coaching. Okay, so once you've got that internal operating system, that mindset in place, now we can start building your actual practical day-to-day coaching playbook. So let's get into the how. How do you actually do this stuff? And this quote from Einstein really nails the core behavior. See, a coaching leader just gets it. Asking a really powerful, insightful question is almost always more effective than just barking an order. Think about it. A great question gets your team's brains working. An order just gets their hands moving. Okay, let's picture your coaching conversations on a grid with 2 axes. First, let's look at the horizontal one, focus. So many managers live on the left side of this axis, right? They're always analyzing past problems, figuring out who to blame. But a coach makes a conscious choice to pull that conversation over to the right side, focusing everyone on the future, on the amazing outcome we want to create together. Now for the second one, the vertical axis, method. The default for a lot of leaders is to hang out at the bottom here, telling people what to do, handing out all the answers. But a coach does something different. They shift the conversation upwards, changing their whole method from just giving solutions to asking questions. Questions that unlock the team's own brilliant ideas. So here's the key takeaway from all this. A true coaching leader lives and breathes in that top right quadrant. That is your sweet spot, your magic zone. It's where every single interaction is about asking future-focused questions. And that is where you spark real ownership, creativity, and genuine commitment from your team. Okay, so why is operating in that magic zone so incredibly powerful? To really get the deep, lasting impact of this coaching approach, we've got to look below the surface. Most leaders, and it's totally understandable, spend their days focused right here, on the very visible tip of the iceberg. We're managing KPIs, tracking projects, stressing about revenue. It's all the stuff we can easily see and put on a spreadsheet. But, and this is so important, the Legend Coaching Framework shows us that all those results, they're actually driven by the massive, invisible part of the iceberg below the water. We're talking about your leadership style, your team's energy, the company culture, the growth of your people, all that stuff. And if you really want to change what's happening at the top, you have to get to work on that huge foundation underneath. And this principle right here, it just perfectly sums up the whole iceberg idea. Use tasks to develop people and use people to accomplish tasks. You start seeing every project, every deadline, not just as something to get done, but as a chance to grow your people. And guess what? As they grow, they crush those tasks with way more creativity and excellence. It's this beautiful upward spiral. So when you really step back and look at all this, what we've been exploring is so much more than just a new set of skills or a few techniques. It's a completely new way of seeing yourself, of defining your identity as a leader. And when it comes to empowering your team, this framework gives us a critical piece of the puzzle. Start with their energy first, then worry about their ability. Think about it. When a team is just buzzing with passion and purpose, learning new skills isn't a chore. It becomes this natural, almost unstoppable outcome. This quote from a leader who really took this coaching framework to heart just says it all, doesn't it? It captures the ultimate goal. Your success isn't about your own trophies anymore. It's measured by how high your team can fly. You stop being the hero of the story, and you become the one who helps create a whole team of heroes. So this framework from Legend Coaching, it gives you the map and it gives you the mindset and the journey from being a manager to a coach, from being the ceiling to being the wind beneath their wings. It doesn't start with some giant, complicated plan. It starts with your very next conversation. So the only real question left is, what are you going to ask?